A world where there was only one day. By Alan Katz. It was the day the mustache took over. That's what it's showing. It's about two kids trying to find who this man is. Who is he? Who? That's a clue. All they want to see, who is this mustache dude? Hi! Oh my goodness. Hi. So I'm going to be reading The Day the Mustache Took Over. Okay, that seriously has to stop. That looks weird. Oh my goodness, that's scary. Okay. Oh. So it all starts like this. It's about a mustache guy. Yay. Okay. Like that other guy said. Chapter 1. Boys, 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 boys. Josephine screamed at the twin brothers, Nathan, David, Wolford, as they jumped here to there, back to here in the living room. Yes, 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 yes. David answers. That's too many yeses. Yeses. Nathan told him. Our nanny, Josephine, called boys 5 times. And he said yes 6 times. No. I didn't. David responded. Yes, he did. Nathan corrected. I don't think so. David said. I do think so. Nathan said. I beg to differ. David said. I dig to barfer. Nathan said. That doesn't even make sense. David said. I if to darper. Nathan said. Boys! Josephine shouted, stopping the twins in their tracks. And that isn't just an expression. Nathan and David were literally leaving muddy tracks as they hopped, skipped, jumped, bumped, and ran themselves in the silly room. That's crazy. Okay. Josephine continued. I have been a caretaker for children for all ages in the home all across the fine nation. But I've never. That's the never so far, David said. The ugly twin is correct, Nathan said. For the first time ever, I might add. Never seen behavior so consciously improper. When it comes to disrespect, you boys take the cake. There's cake? David said. Yum! I'm not sure you're right, Josephine, Nathan told her as he pretended to grab a microphone and address to a non-existing camera. This is Nathan Wolford, here reporting to Wolford News. I'm standing in Wolford House, home at 827294 Fletch Street in Streamsville, Virginia, and I'm here to cover the election two nicest, kindest, most well-behaved kids in America. Young lady, what is your name and who gets to vote? First of all, David said in a fake microphone, I'm not a lady. My name is David Wolfhart. And I vote for David Wolfhart. Have you continued any other fine citizen? Nathan Wolfhart? Nathan asked. Never heard of him. David said, why, he's extraordinary. Wonderful young man who tells you to share his bedroom and bathroom. Nathan told him. Well, I don't recognize the name, but the disgusting smell is familiar, David said. Nevertheless, let's tally the bullets. One ridiculous vote has been cast for David Wolfhart, and there's one intelligent vote for Nathan Wolfhart. It's official. The brothers are the nicest, kindest, most well-behaved boys in America. This is Nathan Wolfhart, the Wolfhart News Network. Signing off. The boys waved their arms in mock of celebration. Nathan put down the fake microphone and said, you see, Josephine, when it comes to good behavior, we are... Josephine was nowhere in sight. Where'd she go? Nathan wanted to know. I think she signed off too, David told him. Needed for the front door was open. Josephine's hat and coat were gone. And on the table near the door, right next to Nathan's muddy soccer cleats, were handwritten notes. I quit for 2 reasons. Nathan, one Nathan, and 2, David. Another alphabetical quitter, David said as he put down the letter in the stack of many, many others. Mom and Dad will be so pleased, Nathan added. Not, they both said, agreeing for the first time, well, since the nanny Prager to Josephine had quilted several weeks before. Chapter 2. In so many ways, Josephine, whenever she went, was right. The truth is, you never use the words well and behaved in the same sentence to describe Nathan and David when they were together. When his brother isn't around, Nathan can be polite, friendly, cute, charming, clever, and smart. But the same way can be said as David when his twin is somewhere else. But somehow they don't blend as a duo. Just like mixing oil and water, cats and dogs, or laundry detergent and cranberry juice. When the boys are together, there's friction and trouble. For example, Nathan loves vegetables. The fresher, the crunchier, the better. Nathan, on the other hand, hates anything green that grows in the ground. Put something in a dinner plate and he'll howl and yelp, but never gulp. However, put those same vegetables on his brother's Nathan's plate, and David yell, "Hey, where's mine?" Then he grabbed them off of Nathan's plate and gobbled them all down. Here's another thing. David loves building things. Give him playing cards, blocks, shoe boxes, or pretty much anything he can stack. Within a minute, he'll make a whole miniature town. It's pretty amazing. What's also pretty amazing is Nathan's supersonic radar that tells him when David is finished building something. Without fail, that is exactly the moment Nathan shows up and accidentally misthrown a football to the D town. Need more proof? David sings. David, sings. Nathan hates music and refuses to sing anything, even Happy Birthday. Nathan swims. David's kind of a dry land kind of kid. Nathan can watch a whole movie on the TV from start to finish without getting up at once. Nathan never viewed anything more than 23 seconds without clicking on the remotes 117 times. My mustache is all over the place. And so forth. As Nathan once said, when it comes to the Wolfhard boys, every day is a different day. Naturally, David disagreed. It's understandable, of course. That is one of the boys. Nathan is always on time, and the other, David, is always late. Through they both do manage to get to school before the bell rings, which isn't really that hard because they live right next door to school. They can stay in bed until 7:56 and they'll be in a classroom at 8 o'clock. Unless it's the day they both take showers. Then they have to get up at 7:55 instead. And when it comes to neatness, well, don't ask. With all the junk in their room, it's hard to tell if there's a carpet on the floor. In fact, it's hard to tell if there is a floor. And forgetting about finding a trash can, in fact, the last thing Nathan threw away was, David. Schoolwork? Let's put it this way. Last week, David finished all of his first grade math assignments in one afternoon, which would be pretty good if he weren't already in third grade. And like most brothers, the boys fights. They argue and they bicker. In fact, they fight, argue, and bicker about everything. Recently, they fought about whatever they were arguing or bickering. This time, it was over the schedule. Their parents made them so they wouldn't fight about their toys. Then what did they fight about? I get to look at the schedule first. No, I do. No, I do. No, I do. No, you're after me. No, you're after me. I forgot what we were fighting about. That's life with the Wolfhard brothers. Some people have a talent for chasing butterflies. Some are great at chasing away the blues. Nathan and David, however, are world-class experts at chasing away... ... Chapter 3. Nannies! Mr. Wolfhard shouted. All of them. Auto pairs, life and children givers, exquisite home life leadership engineers. Call them whatever they mean babysitter, he continued. And that's something we just can't seem to keep in this house. Boys, their mom added, you know, that's your dad and I work long hours and travel for our jobs. So we need someone to watch you. Their dad picked up it from the front and they've been restraining the speech they had. But no matter whom we've hired, it always turns out the same. The caregivers always end up leaving the house and our life too soon, and they always found it in shoes. According to the nanny-o-meter that I built for the science fair, We've only had 734 nannies. David insisted. That dumb thing never worked. Nathan told him. I think it's actually 347. Either way, it's too many, their dad told the boys. Many too many, their mother echoed. Though technically, that was a little confusing to everyone else in the room. I just can't understand why you guys seem to drive all the nannies away that we hire. Can either of you give me a good reason why no one stays, Dad? Why L is Dad, that's like asking why is L the 12th letter of the alphabet? Nathan told him. Yeah, and it's like asking why the World Series games are on TV too late to watch, David said. Then Nathan and David took turns defending themselves. Nathan, this is what Nathan's saying. Dad, not all of them left because of David and me. Don't remember that Margot left because she won the lottery? David. Betty left because she didn't win the lottery. Nathan. Nina left because she only wants to clean the house at 4 in the morning. She said, it's better to vacuum when the dust is asleep. David. Vicka left because she had a dream that she should be an Olympic bobsledder, even though she hated bobsleds and snow and claimed she'd been born in 23 different countries. All of what the boys said were true, but the sad fact about the many nannies that left that said goodbye because of Nathan, many left because of David, and many, many, many left because of Nathan and David. Of course, each time a nanny disappeared, the house became just a bit emptier. Because in truth, each one had brought something special in the Wolfhart household. Crystal made meatballs. Maria threw the perfect curveballs. Evie served juice around watermelon. Donna threw perfect bowling balls. Lulu packed the hardest snowballs. And Maria, the 14th Maria, they know quite few, could pronounce any word backwards without even thinking about it. It's a skill. It's a skill you have to agree. It's Jamaica. And then there was the nanny they called Miss Largeable. She left the family to move to Fort Jackson. Or maybe it was Miss Jackson who left to move to Fort Largeable. At any rate, Josephine had gone and once again, the Wolfhart family was without a nanny. Chapter 4. Perhaps you could do less traveling, Miss Wolfhart gently suggested to her husband. One nanny less evening. That would be hard, dear, he replied. After all, I am an airline pilot. And the last time I checked, the airline insisted that I do all my work while on the plane. I see, said Miss Wolfhart. Maybe you could work fewer hours, Mr. Wolfhart said to his wife. I'd love to, Bob, she answered, but things are always too busy. at Jordan, and Glurk. And my hard work has really paid off. This year I've gotten 2 promotions, 3 raises, and a new desk chair. I'm proud of you, Mr. Wolfhard said. Thank you, Miss Wolfhard replied. She appreciated the compliment and really enjoyed the desk chair. But she was not happy at that moment. In fact, poor Miss Wolfhard was at her wit's end. Every nanny and nanny agency in town was fresh out of nannies. She'd even called out the nanny agency, but the nanny they offered was recently changed her name to Margaret Walton to, "Hey, you, get away from me. I've got a highly contagious rash." And that didn't sound promising. Who will take care of my children when they're at home? Miss Wolfhard moaned, and she groaned David's grilled cheese sandwich. She was first to admit that the housework wasn't her best talent. Miss Wolfhard continued to think. She thought and she thought. And while she thought, she also ignored Nathan's back filled with books, Mr. Wolfhard spare guitar strings, and a remote control from the new HD TV. What to do, Miss Wolfhard softly saying to herself. She needed something to help her take care of Nathan and David, even though she knew she would probably soon be in search of somewhere else. Someone more patient, someone more smarter, someone more nicer, or less bobsleddy. Miss Wolfhard was so troubled that she called everyone in her phone book. She called her friends. She called friends of friends. She called relatives of friends of friends. She called friends of relatives of friends. Friends of relatives and relatives of friends of friends. And she planned to start calling relatives of relatives of some strangers and enemies. The boys began to think how bad all the nannies who'd come before. Remember Maria and Vanessa and Anta and Laura and the second Maria, third Maria and the second Vanessa, and the first Maria when she came back after the second Vanessa? Nathan said with stared at the ceiling because he'd once seen a movie which people looked up and they were looking at the past. And Susan, David added. Nathan looked at his brother quizzically. Wait, we had a Susan? Remember between Anta and Lara, there was a red-haired lady who chewed tons of gum? That was Susan? I thought her name was Burglapach, said Nathan. It was Susan, said David. It sounded like Burbachacha because it was a giant wall of gum in her mouth. She stayed there like 2 days. Then she spit out the gum, cleared her throat, and said she was leaving. Yep, Ethan said. She just spit and quit. As the boys followed the floor, laughing at the joke, the phone rang. Miss Wolfhard answered. And immediately breathed the giant sigh of relief. She hung up. She spoke the 8 words, and it said, "Oh no, here we go again." in the minds of her twin boys. The new nanny will be here in the morning. Done. Okay, so you can probably tell who it is by the beginning of the book. Now, okay, so thank you for watching. Just wait one moment. Thank you for watching. Okay, any questions?
Why did you choose this book?
Oh, I chose this book because it is a fun and it tells you a lesson. And plus it's kind of funny. And I like mustaches. Okay, next. If there's any more.
Have you ever experienced nannies before?
No, but I did experience babysitters. I mostly just had one. She was my favorite. She made bracelets. But she's not a babysitter anymore.
What do you think it's like to have a twin brother?
I think it's fun. He's my older brother, is like my twin. Even if he's 2 years older, but he acts like a twin to me. All because we have to sleep in the same room.
Why do you think they changed nannies so much?
Just look at him. He has a frog. I think it's because they mess around and they just don't think before they act. Okay, so if you have any more questions, if so, post down below. Bye, and thank you.